shares too. But I still believe them long term, man. You know, I got a bunch of papers in front of me. You know, I did my homework on Robinhood, man. It's
I mean, yo. All right, so let's jump into Robinhood because you've been wanting to talk about Robinhood for a while. Let's keep it official. Like, Robinhood is the platform for millennials. All right. We are going into times where companies like Charles Schwab and TD Ameritrade and E-Trade and stuff like that, they have a lot of boomers and they have a lot of, what is it, Gen
actually
Z?
there's more millennials on Robinhood than Fidelity, Charles Schwab, E-Trade,
of course,
and Vanguard combined.
Oh, wow, that's an interesting stat.
Combined. So that's like, I mean, the average age of someone on Robinhood is 34 compared to 59. Just like you said, it's like the young youth, and they're well positioned to, like, you know, the great wealth transfer that they say is coming. Like, hey, I mean, yo, that's coming to a lot of millennials.
Anybody that trades on Robinhood knows it's extremely easy to trade options.
Yep.
To buy and sell stocks. Everything's instantaneously, and you don't have to do all those silly things that you do on Fidelity or Charles Schwab or TD Ameritrade. Buy to open, sell to close, buy market order, buy limit order. Yeah. Like, you don't have to do any of that stuff.
The accessibility is
the
unmatched.
accessibility on Robinhood is unmatched. The easiest way to learn how to buy and sell stocks would be Robinhood, which is why everyone our age is like Robinhood. Because everything's easy. A lot of the big companies like to be like, oh, Robinhood is gamifying the stock market. It's gamification, and it's not gamification. It's just their app is better than yours.
And they also know that's
you
also
don't know how
a threat.
to do it. You don't know how to change your app. Like, if you look at all the big brokerage houses, their platforms suck.
Literally.
Like, flat out suck.
They all went down today, too, if you didn't see.
Like, the platforms suck.
They all actually were down at one point today, and it said a lot of names. And you know who wasn't on there? Robinhood.
Yeah, Robinhood. Everybody was having problems liquidating today on all the big major brokerage houses. Robinhood, no issue. Because Robinhood kind of learned though a lot during the GameStop fiasco.
And it's crazy.
Remember when they disabled the buy button?
Yep.
It was just
like the whole thing.
Like, ever since then, people... Like, Vlad kind of knows, the CEO, Vlad knows that he can't do stuff like that. Because then people are going to leave the platform in masses.
He had an interview. He was talking with someone, and he said this this was so interesting what he said, that he took himself through scenarios as if his company was going under and people were going to have to come into the company and restore him. And he said, well, what would I do if this happened to me? And he said, I think that is one of the best things I could have did, because people go through their life and they make decisions, and then they hold on to them decisions because they don't want to contradict older versions of themselves. Yeah. I'm like, wow, like that's such, and they, like you said, the 2021 GameStop fiasco was like, not a lot of firms have been through something very much like that, if at all.
I mean, so, because what happened essentially
crazy.
With Robinhood that time.
They're trained for this.
What happened with Robinhood that time is that they were lending margin to buy GameStop. So it was going berserk. And then Citadel was like, cut the tape, cut it. That's it, no more. So, and then remember, like, the guy who was in on the other side of the trade, the other hedge fund that was in on the other side of the trade, he was ran by Citadel.
Yep.
Like, Citadel was an investor into his hedge fund. So, you know, they kind of pulled the plug on that, but now GameStop you can't get margin on GameStop.
100%.
It's 100% cash, 100% margin requirement. You got to put up your own cash when you want to put, which is cool, because now, like, they can't stop it. Like, let's say if it was another GameStop, they
wouldn't care.
Yeah, like they wouldn't care, and they couldn't stop it.
And there's so many people that still try to hold on to that, and I don't think they realize that Robinhood, yes, did make a large amount of their, revenue from trading, but they're slowly but surely turning into like a financial platform institution.
No,
in front of people's eyes.
I mean, they are a financial institution.
They are, but you know what I mean. But, like, people don't look at them like how they look at Charles Schwab.
No, like, they're going into like the big leagues now. Yeah. They're becoming a big time brokerage house.
Yeah, they are. You are right, but the public perception is like they're not like how you would look at Wells Fargo. Or
I mean, you right? Like, I say this all the time, like Robinhood's gonna turn into like a baby Bank of America, a baby Fidelity. But truth be told, like, millennials like Robinhood more than any other platform. So it doesn't even, like, we don't even care about Charles Schwab. When's the last time you heard me say hey, let me go into my Charles Schwab account.
Yeah, never. And
Like,
I've
that's
seen some
like-
commercials with them trying to like do things like Robinhood. It'll never be the same though.
No,
Like, it won't be
It just
the
can't.
exact.
I mean, Robinhood is like very unique, and you know, it's a once in a lifetime company, and I mean, they completely made like trading and investing and options and stocks and everything. It made it completely easy for you. And now they have so much information that you can read articles.
Oh my gosh, they make that. That's probably the
They
best thing,
cited
guys.
so much stuff now.
Yeah, guys, if you are on Robinhood and you don't take advantage of what you invest in and scrolling down and looking at the articles, there's a lot of places where you go and invest brokerage, like apps. They don't have that. And just to be like that little bit of access to be like, hey, I'm investing in Tesla. I'm investing in, it might not be articles for every stock. So it's got to kind of be well known. But just having that access to be able to like keep up to date with what you're investing in by, Benzago or, maybe CNBC, whoever, it's a big deal. So you're in the know of what you're investing in.
I mean, you have to look at it like this, right? Robinhood is the reason why the financial industry has commission-free trading.
True, the first, yeah.
Because when I was in college and I was buying and selling stocks and I was using Fidelity, I had to pay $7 just to buy a stock. Didn't matter if I was buying one stock or 100 stocks. I had to pay $7, $8 a trade.
Damn.
And like we would have to pay for options too. We would have to pay the $7, $8 a trade plus like 10, 15 cents per contract. So like you had to pay for all this. So like the new millennials that are buying in Robinhood, they really don't understand how it was back in the day.
I didn't even understand that.
I mean, back in the day, they would charge you $7, $8 just to buy a stock. So if the stock was $30, then it would cost you $37 to get
Their
it.
name is literally Robin because they came in and saved the poor.
Yeah, literally.
I get it.
Yeah. No, I mean, Robinhood is the reason the financial industry has
that's crazy.
like commission-free trading, because once they started noticing that Robinhood was stealing market share, then everybody started lowering the commissions, and then a lot of big brokerage houses like, oh, free trading.
You're like, fuck it.
So now they just get paid off the order flow, right?
Yeah, actually, I broke it down, actually, how they make their money, because I'm sure people would want to know, they're investing users uninvested cash at higher interest rates. That's why you could keep your money in there. They'll give you 5% a year. I think it's 4 or 5% on your money every
5%.
year.
Mm-hmm.
You get the interest on the margin loans for people like me, and that's their largest revenue source. That was last year.
Yeah, I mean,
because the high interest
yo,
rates.
like honestly, Robinhood, like we talk about it all the time. You throw $5K in a Robinhood, you got gold status, you enable that margin, they'll toss you another $5K on top.
Yep.
And they're giving it to you 6.75% a year.
And you go any of these other places, you go to Charles Schwab or Fidelity, and
like they're not gonna lend you as much.
If they do,
and it's expensive.
It's like 10 to 12 to 13%.
Yeah.
So you're almost paying double for the same amount of money when you could just go to
A
Robinhood.
lot of big traders use interactive brokers too. Like interactive brokers has like a pretty good margin rate too. But I mean, for simplification issues, I mean not issues, but for simplification reasons,
yeah,
everyone uses Robinhood because the millennials know Robinhood. We all know Robinhood,
and like they got crypto on there too at ease, which
look at crypto. Crypto crash out now. Crypto's bouncing back already.
Yep.
Bitcoin was down 10% today. Ethereum down 15%.
Crazy.
Shiba Inu just went on the after hours, went up 24%. Like crypto was just crashing out.
They earn the spreads on the crypto transactions, and I also found out that I was like, well, they're only in America. They actually, they acquired Bitstamp, that the European crypto company, but they also started a crypto service in Europe, and then coming soon as a brokerage in the UK.
Yeah.
So like they're slowly, once they start, they haven't even got anywhere else yet.
Nah,
they kind of got crypto.
Let's talk about the
elsewhere,
stock. The stock is completely undervalued.
Without a doubt.
Like Robinhood stock is going to be a stock that's probably $70, $80 a share one day. Maybe 5 years down the
It
road.
IPO'd at 38.
But,
That's $15, $16 right now.
I mean, it's at $15, $16. It'll be no time before it gets to 20. I wouldn't be surprised by the end of the year it's 25, 30.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, like
it was just there. It was just there last week.
I mean,
Close to it.
yeah, like Robinhood is going to be a good fun stock. When these big sell-offs occur, it's just time to buy. And then if you're a long-term leap guy, this was your day.
Yeah.
And you're going to have another few days because maybe the next few days is even more of an intense sell-off. The sell-off is not over with.
Nope.
Like, could we see a big bounce back? Yeah, but could we see some more downside here? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Remember, the market's been hot for so long, and NVIDIA was on fire for God knows how long. Forever, right?
Forever.
Feels like forever, but it was like a good year. So, a lot of these household names are really discounted right now. If you wanted to build positions, this would be a good time. The market's probably going to be range bound all the way to October. When October comes around, probably pick up some pace.
Yep.
We'll probably have a Santa Claus rally this year. Well, with all this discount, and then plus the rate cut is coming too. So if the Fed has an emergency rate cut meeting because they're scared of what's going on, as soon as you hear the announcement of an emergency rate cut, just grab your short-term calls. The market's gonna rip.
Yep.
The market's gonna rip.
We're waiting.
It's gonna spike up immediately.
It might be. Who knows? It
No,
might
I
be
mean,
before September. It
Yeah,
might very well.
Yeah, like I tell you this: if there's an emergency meeting, we're gonna put as much money into short-term calls, or to next Fridays. If it depending what day it happens in the week, it'll probably be next Fridays just to be a little safe. You want to get a little 8, 9, 10 days in there, but bro, like it's gonna jump in a rocket ship.
Yeah.
And not to quote Tom Lee, but said the last Tom Lee and Jeremy Siegel, they both said today on CNBC that the last time the Fed did an emergency rate cut meeting, the markets immediately exploded and responded to the rate cut. So that's just just a bit of free information there for you. As always, I mean, all of it's free, right? So
it's free game, man. We had somebody on TikTok trying to come at us for how haters come all the time, but we did enough research to know like what we're providing and the things we're talking about. We're speaking it from here to here. We're not filtering anything. Well, maybe we shouldn't say that. Maybe we shouldn't say this.
No.
Let's not give them too much of that.
We cite everything.
We say it all like directly what we're thinking.
I mean, we cite CNBC, Investopedia, Bloomberg,
everything,
Fox News, like you name it.
And then you can even do your own research and Google. Like we
Mm-hmm.
encourage you to do. Number 9, make decisions based on your own beliefs. Like we're always going to say that. And I actually did something because we always talk about Charles Schwab and Robinhood, and I was like, man, like Robinhood's not there, but they're moving in such like the same way as they are. So Schwab, discount brokerage in 1971. Robinhood, like you said, commission-free trading in 2013. Schwab lowered costs for everyday Americans.
Yeah.
Robinhood got the user-friendly app.
Uh-huh.
Schwab pioneered the online trading in the 90s.
Yeah.
Robinhood was the first one with fractional shares and mobile first, like on your phone.
Robinhood is a monster, bro.
Schwab's a full-service financial institution. Robinhood's slowly expanding into that. That's why it's such a great time. The market doesn't see it just yet.
Like
the
when
baby
I started,
boomers, Gen Z.
like they didn't even have a Roth IRA when I first started using Robinhood.
Oh yeah, that's like pretty new.
Yeah, that's pretty new.
Really not that
Yeah,
old.
like that's
within
all,
the past year or two. And
they all focus
there's
on
a
their
bunch of
global
things
expansion. So it's like it's one of those things from acquiring Bitstamp, from about to open the brokerage in the UK.
Yeah.
I mean, like they're like really putting their footprint out there, and people know that gold leaf. People know it.
It's such a great brand,
Yeah. I mean, and I'm telling you, after the GameStop fiasco, like Robinhood has done everything correctly.
They really don't got a lot of debt either. Like they're sitting in a bunch of cash. They own the full.
Because they're making money.
Yeah.
Because they're making it. Because a profitable company.
2019, $300 million in revenue. 2020, $1 billion. 2021, $1.8 billion. 2022, $1.4. 2023, $1.9. Revenue's all it's doing. It's going up. They had a little downturn, but
I mean, they're gonna make even more money because now crypto's going again.
Yeah.
So everybody's in and out of crypto. Crypto always doesn't matter what crypto exchange you use. They're gonna have a pretty decent spread on it, and they're gonna make their money.
Yeah. Regardless, I mean, people are gonna buy it. There's other places where people stake it or whatever, but
Yeah, like I'm not really into that, but I tell you this. If there was a time to get into crypto, it would be today.
What else?
If there was a time to get in U.S. equities, it would be today.
I'm going to break them down.
If it was a time to get long-term leaps, it would be today.
I'm going to break them down while we got some time here so people can know. The monthly active users in 2019 went from 4.3 million. Then in 2020 was 11.7 million. 2021 was 17 million. 2022, 11 million.
Yeah, they crashed down. Why?
10 million. What in 2022, right?
Yeah, I mean they crashed down after the GameStop fiasco.
Yeah, after the GameStop fiasco.
So now they're building up the trust.
2020, yep.
Now they're building up the trust again.
Yep.
And people are understanding better, like how to better use margin.
Yep. Assets under custody, 2019, 14 billion. Then 2020, 63 billion. 2021, 98 billion. 2022, 62 billion. 2023, 87 billion. So kind of up. A lot of their things are the same trajectory. They kind of are just starting to make money, like they said here.
I mean,
And,
if you got $100 billion in assets and you're making half a point on it, company's making a $500 million on it. I don't know the exact rate.
Yeah.
Like I didn't find that, but like I'll tell you this company is gonna start making a lot of money as they build up their trust, and people are realizing that hey, it's really easy. They're not gonna pull that GameStop bullshit again. You know,
They learn from their lessons.
Yeah, like they learn from their lessons, and then Citadel is keeping their hands out of the pot. They're watching the Reddit and they're watching the meme stocks.
They on it.
Like everyone's like, no. Don't do that again. Like, so.
Robinhood's earnings, guys. This episode will be out on Tuesday. Robinhood's earnings are Thursday. So probably a good time, if you want to get up in there. Play it short term, will be in the Discord or play it long or just buy some shares. But
yeah, like I would probably buy some shares
research,
and then just
sure.
do some long-term leaps. If you want to buy it a little short, like I will go January. And then, if anyone's in the Discord, want us to structure something for you short term, we'll do that too.
Hold some cash. Get ready for some more lows
Yeah,
potentially, man.
Lows. Coming in.